So I hope everyone can hear me very well. Thank you very much for joining me. And some of you maybe are new, joining for the first time, and some are obviously my customers and peers and colleagues. So today I'm going to have this presentation on a new feature. First, we'll start with the new feature, which is our avatar and AI assistant, and I have named it as SAB, SAB. And then we will use and ask our AI assistant how to find leading stocks and leading groups and stocks with high relative strength and accumulation. And those of you who are in my customer group or who follow me, they probably know that I put a strong emphasis on the stocks with a high relative strength and accumulation by Wall Street. So let us start with a disclaimer first. The material presented here is for educational and learning purposes only and should not be taken as purchase or sell recommendations. Trading, investing in stocks and derivatives, future options, etc. is risky and could result in a substantial loss of invested capital. I'm not a registered financial advisor with FINRA or SEC, and for any personal financial advice, please consult to a registered financial advisor. And the reason I'm emphasizing again on this because almost every day I receive requests from my customers and others that I had this much of money and how much I should spend on this, how much should I buy this. That those are very personal decisions, and only a licensed personal financial advisor can help you in making those decisions. So moving on, our today's agenda is just before that, can someone drop me in chat that you can see my screen, the agenda screen? I think so, because I have muted everybody, unless you want me to unmute you. Uh, you can unmute yourself and tell me that, okay, you can hear me. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So first agenda item on agenda is Meet SAB, your AI assistant who can respond to most of queries. And then how we will ask SAP to help us in finding leading stocks and leading groups. And that is a new feature which I have just added to our main software. For those of you, oh, sorry about that. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Thank you, appreciate that. So the first item on the agenda, as I was saying, is Meet SAP, your AI assistant, and then we'll ask them a few queries to find leading stocks and leading groups. And those of you who are using my software, my customers, I have an advanced stocks analysis software which is available on the web, and you have to have a subscription for that in order to get it. You're saying voice only? I think you can see my screen, right? Someone is saying that he can hear me only my voice.
No,
Voice.
we can see your screen.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're seeing the agenda screen
Correct.
slide.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
here on the agenda screen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Continue last week work on last week we had a very good session on TR indicator with Heiken Aishi candles to find entries in stocks or trading view on trading view, and I found it very useful for my own personal work, and I asked for some good feedback from customers as well. So we would like to continue with that. Now, what is SAB? It's an always-on assistant that answers most of your questions about the platform. It is trained on the platform features, the indicator, halal screening, weekly commentary, ready to answer subscriber questions in plain language. It's always available. Ask Seb how a feature works, what a rating means, where to find something, no waiting, no support tickets, any time of day. Knows your methodology. It can explain the trend recognition stages, relative strength, accumulation, power zone breakouts, and the new leading stocks list the way we would explain them. And it's multi-channel. It's available on the main marketing website, which is free for everyone and is expanding across their chat channels. So help is wherever you are. So just to show it to you, what exactly it means. If you go to my website, SAB is right here on this is SAB. This is an AI agent. When you press it, and you can ask any question about that, tell me about plans and pricing, TR indicator, halal screening. So if you press it, so what it does, it sends, takes the input and use my knowledge database and gives you the answer to that. Now, on the main marketing website, because this is accessible to everybody, so it is more generalized in form and it's not very technical in details. Those are restricted to customers only. And it will help the customers who, though this is my software, for example, this is the home screen. And right here, the SAB is on your left, Ask SAB. So when you press it, so SAB will take you to this initial uh, opening screen, and you can ask anything. For example, you can ask um, to the best of it knowledge, for example, what is any question, what is a TR indicator? The cell will go and send a request to Claude. Now, mind you that there is a limit of use because the Claude charge every time when we make a query. So I think it's 20 questions per day, per person, per user on that our software platform. So it came up with this response. The TI indicator identifies trend direction is trend for 5,700 plus stocks on daily and weekly time frame. It displays its colored background zones on the stock chart, and these are the six stages: three for each for bullish and three for bearish. For those of you who don't know, the TI indicator stands for trend recognition indicator. It's our proprietary indicator. You will find it almost everywhere in our on our software platform, as well as on our TR trading view version of the TR indicator as well. So when does it update? It updates at around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the software on the daily and weekly time frames. There are two versions, one for the web platform, which is this one, our software with the full features, and the trading view version, which is separate. It's just initially it was developed for the day traders as well. So it comes with the day trading setup, but along with the day trading setup, it also gives very good indication on long-term charts as well using the trading view features. So we can clear our conversation, go back to our presentation just to give you an idea, and you can ask us anything which is available on our platform. For example, another question could be, what is conviction score? So we will go back to this and you can ask that for every stock, we have a conviction score and buy or sell. So you can ask anything. How do alerts work? We have an alerts feature introduced just last week. So how does do the alerts work? And how do you back test? How do you use the back tester? So these are the questions. So help is there, is in the form of the FAQ, frequently asked questions section, or you can ask SAP directly. So going back to our presentation here, as I explained that we can have the what does extended mean on a leader. How can I read the TI indicator? Is this stock halal? Where are this week's stock picks? So for example, we update on our investment idea list. There is a weekly picks and a weekly commentary. We updated it just yesterday. So you can ask us, this is the latest weekly commentary with the stock picks. You can download it from here. So you can ask Seb that where can I find latest weekly stock picks? So Seb will tell you that go to the investment idea page, most likely. Okay, in the app, go to navigate to the investment idea stock list and look for the weekly picks list. Otherwise, look for an email if you are a subscriber, where you will receive an email on the weekly weekly commentary as well as stock picks. And then you can ask AI on the stock analysis page as well, on the main stock analysis page as well. So hope you will like this feature. I wanted the platform to be very user friendly and also to be able to respond to your questions because I receive the same questions over and over again. And then we will have it more avatar-like features like characters and the voice and other things. It will be a full-fledged avatar. Not right now. It's right now it's an AI assistant. Okay, going back to this thing. So let's ask Seb that what are leading stocks in what are leading stocks in leading industry groups? And let's see what it says. So it says great question. I don't know how it says that it's a good question, but it is a good question anyway. Leading stocks in a leading groups is one of the platform's highest conviction screens. So we have different stock lists or stock screens. This is the highest conviction screen. It's probably the best of the best stocks as of right now. It shows the strongest stock inside the strongest industry groups. And how does it work? So there are actually 97 different industry groups. Dow Jones industry groups, which are defined by the Dow Jones definition itself. And those, for example, there are 11 sectors, S&P sectors, like technology, like discretionary, like staples. And within each sector, and related to each sector, there are subgroups. Like within technology, you will find semiconductors, you will find software, you will find renewable energy and others. Those are groups. There are 97 total groups which SEB has right now, or the system has right now, not SEB. And then it scans the which of those groups are outperforming other groups. So in other words, which are the leading groups. And among those leading groups, which are the leading stocks. So it checks whether it has a bullish trend recognition. Let me mute everyone if someone is I can mute all participants. Okay. And please, if someone is unmuted, mute your phone. Okay. Thank you very much. And so we will go to the investment ideas in a minute. Then it will tell us the WR and ER rating. What are WR and ER rating? You can ask it here as well again, sir. WR is our system of assigning a weightage for each stock against a universe of 5,700 stocks based on its price performance. So for example, this is ALNT. And ALNT is WRPCT rating is 95, or it is you that its price actually has performed 95% of stocks in its total universe of 5,700 stocks over a period of last 1 year. And it is also telling you the currently its relative strength is very strong. What it tells you that you see this graph. So against the basket of S&P 500, its relative strength is very high. In other words, the increase of rate or its return over last 1 year is at the highest level compared to S&P 500. And it has a very strong accumulation rating as well. This means that Wall Street is accumulating its shares whenever there is a chance. So in other words, this is meeting quite a bit of our criteria. So this is a strong stock. And I was just explaining the WR rating here. And the earning rating is that the way it is beating the analyst estimates and increasing its revenue over a period of last 1 year. So it is better than 81% of stocks in our universe. So going back to the SEB screen, SEB tells you all these things about the leading stocks and leading groups. So let's go to the leading stocks and the leading groups. So we go to the investment ideas, and here we had many different lists available. One is earning stars. These are the stocks, the 100 stocks in it, which in their recent earnings releases have continuously beaten analyst estimates or market estimates, both on revenue as well as on earnings. Then you will find our weekly picks, the 23 stocks which are handpicked by me, and this list is updated once in a week. And it comes along with the weekly commentary every week. Then there is an AI monthly picks that the AI system chooses these 13 stocks based on different parameters, chart patterns, volume trends, and this is updated on the first of every month. So this, for example, this particular list was last up, and if you want to see an updated view, press the load data and it will update it in the real time. So what it is, this particular is chosen by the AI agent, which is Claude. For example, if you want to see change the view to performance and see that how these AI chosen 13 stock perform over a week of 1 week, over a period of 1 week or 1 month. So last 1 month, for example, which was on the top one? Marvel just in 1 month, starting from 15th of May. Look at the performance of 1 month. Marvel, KNX, Credo Technology CRDO 32.5, AMAT 30%, CRS 27%, Palo Alto Network 22.8%. The only one which probably lagged in 1 month was Vickr, which is 1.8% negative, but during last 1 month, 1 week, it was also 10.5% high. So if you are looking for good ideas, take a look at this list as well, especially towards the beginning of the month. On the first of the every month, we update this sheet. So you will find some very good winners here. I hardly see any loser here among these 13 stocks because this list will be there for 1 month, at least for 1 month. For Vickr, for example, last 3 months has given a 76% return. For example, if you are just focusing on this list and pick a few of them, those probably will be enough for you. Similarly, there is a list which is focused on AI related quantum computing and semiconductor stocks. And this has 31 stocks. It is also updated once in a month. Then there's a value stocks, which are more like Warren Buffett kind of investment, which are slow moving, long term stocks mostly, and with some good dividend as well. Now, there is a new tab here. This is industry groups. So, this is what is the criteria for this list used by AI? Go to here, AI, this is the criteria. Stock identified by our machine learning model. The AI analyzes chart patterns, volume trends, and technical indicators to find high probability setters refresh monthly. This is the criteria. So what happens that if you go to our stock analysis main page, the AI engine takes all these indicators from this sheet, conviction score, buy rating, this, and then analyzes itself based on those, and then come up with a very strict, very, I would say, probably one of the best screens, very strict criteria to come up with these 13 picks automatically. Now, I don't choose this, I don't review this normally, but though I have noticed that every month, if you just focus on this list, you will find some very good winners in this list. Question was that what about investing in ETF like SPS, VU, etc. These individual picks stocks for short or long term returns. These are generally medium to long term. Now, SPS and VU come nowhere close to these returns. Have you seen SPS? SPUS is a halal version of S&P 500. Have you seen in 1 month giving you this kind of return? Similarly, VOO is also another ETF. So I can confidently say that if you take a look at their 3 month, 6 month, YTD, 1 year return, all of these, probably you will find much better figures in these stocks compared to ETFs like SPUS or VOO. Okay, going back to the industry groups. So this is a new feature that I have just added maybe 2 days ago. So as I explaining, there were 97 Dow Jones industrial groups. Like, and now this, what this screen has does, this is also updated on daily basis, this screen. But the leading stocks in the leading groups, there's a list of 24 stocks down here. This is updated once in a week. So what it is doing, it is scanning through all those 97 groups and coming up with the best groups out of it based on their return, especially based on their 6 month return. So the tracking right now is the best group. Why we call it the best group? It's measuring by percentage of member stocks trading above their 20-day EMA. So what it is telling you that all of there are 15 stocks in this group, 15 in tracking, and all of them are trading above their 20-day exponential moving average. Footwear has seven stocks, and all of them are trading above their 20-day. Now, does not mean that all of them are immediately buy. It's not what it means. It's saying that which stocks are leading other groups. So these are the top. In fact, all the 97 groups will be listed on the basis. You can sort it in any way in terms of breadth. So the worst group is gold mining. The gold miners had, because of the gold coming down for last couple of months, gold mining has been hit very hard. And only 10% of the stocks within gold mining group, which are total of 31 stocks, so 10% means 3 out of 31, those are above their 20-day EMA. Renewable energy, there are 10 stocks, and only two of them are above their 20. So this is how it ranks the best performing and the worst performing groups. Software on the bottom side, as you can expect, you know what is happening in the software world. Only 38% of the stocks are out of 136 stocks. 38% of the stocks are above their 20-day EMA. So it will be difficult for us to find winners in software group because the group itself is very weak. So that's how the group strength is measured. What is the question? There are a couple of 1 second. So what is the best way to diversify my funds into these multiple stocks? Your funds, you have to choose individual stock. This is basically fund manager can use it, and this is mostly for the aggressive investors, and they want leading stocks in leading groups. If you find good stocks which are kind of long term, and the winning, you have a winning formula, always leading stocks in leading groups, and you change your portfolio maybe once in a week or once in a month, probably you're going to be fine. Now, among these 97 stocks, we have chosen the best of the best, 24 stocks. And what it is saying here that, okay, these are the groups and these are the best groups. Now, which are the leading stocks among these leading groups? So these are the groups, like you can expect semiconductors have been doing very well. So and we have put a limit of three per group, not more than three in a group. So three from semiconductors and three from electrical components, two from steel, and two from aerospace. And the best for this week was AMAT. And this is its TR rating. You should expect strong buy or buy rating, high conviction score, high WR, and relative strength versus group percentage. It means that stocks 20-day returns minus its group's average 20-day return. So the group has a 20-day return as well. And this stock has a much higher 20-day return compared to that group. And on its AD line, accumulation distribution line is on from a scale of 0 to 100. Where does it lie? We want to be at a higher AD line, accumulation by Wall Street. And then the suggested buy point, and whether the stock is around the buy point is or the distance of a stock from the buy point. So the AMAT is quite high. It is still buy, but this is also suggesting that these two are extended. Now it does not. It is not these two. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of those 18 are extended. It means that these are good stocks. Those are leaders, but right now they are quite high in prices. While the rest of these are still high in the prices, but they are very close to compared to them, close to buy. So, for example, we saw at PLXS, and this is one of my pick this week. Electrical component PLX, Plexus Corporation. TR status is daily, conviction score is very high, WR rating is also 93, good. And it's very close to its buy point, 0.9%. The buy point is 292.42. And days on list is one because the list was updated yesterday. And if the same stock are listed down here, because you can view in a different view. This is standard view which come from the group. We have chosen performance view. Let's say I want to see action conviction view. And this, select that one. Going back here, those are 18 stocks and this is action conviction view. So the action is these are extended, these are buys. Conviction is this. Machine language confidence scores, if you take a trade is this much, price is this thing, buy zone was this, it is still in the buy zone, and the buy point is very close to that buy point. So let's analyze this PLXX. PLXS. So if you press PLXS here, it will take you to the main stocks analysis. And then it will update this particular screen for PLXS. What is PLXS? PLXS is has electronic manufacturing services in US, electronic component, Middle East and Africa. Its IFI status is compliant. TR status is giving us this buy signal. With this asterisk means this is a new buy signal. And this, sorry, asterisk, this is arrow. Arrow means a new buy signal, and asterisk means it has a high accumulation distribution rating and a high relative strength as well. We also see here all green. What this is telling me that on average, the fund increase from previous quarter. Institutions are backing this up 13.3% increase in the fund investment in this thing. And funds have been increasing their investment for last 2 quarters. It's had a very high 1.59 up down volume ratio. So on the up days, volume is approximately 60% higher than the down days. And this is what its conviction score and the overall all indicators are telling me. It has a power zone which is forming. Power zone is another breakout signal. As I said, it has strong accumulation distribution, a strong relative trend. Part of my weekly page. Only red thing I see that the June traditionally has not been a very good month for it. But it's only one red signal here. Otherwise, everything seems good. Take a look at this chart. This is the power zone forming. It's trying to break out. Relative strength, we see, is very high compared to the S&P 500. And it's taken AD means accumulation distribution is also at 100% in the last 52 weeks. Wall Street is accumulating its shares. Now, this industry, a leading stock and leading group idea is also very well explained in these comparison charts as well. So PLXS is an electrical components group. This is its 1 year performance against the group. So you see, it's at the top right now. It went to the bottom around in July, but since July last year, it's constantly rising, and the green mean is at the top. And against the broader index S&P 500, you see the last 1 year, this price ratio is going up. And the group itself, so this was the individual stock, and the group is electrical components against SPY is continuously beating. That's the leading group. So this is the leading group, and within the group, it has a leading action. And the group itself is in part of technology sector, XLK. And the technology sector, as we all know, recently has come down a bit, but otherwise it was the strongest group within the S&P 500. So all looks very good, and that's why we have chosen it as our one of our picks. But not only this, we also take a look at its fundamentals before choosing any picking any stock. So what are its fundamentals telling? This is a small cap, so this is one thing we should know with 3.96 billion. Its PE ratio is not very high, but the small cap gives us an advantage as well as some disadvantage. That its moves could be volatile as well. It is increasing its sales from quarter to quarter basis, and year to year basis earning growth is 49%. It does not have a very good profit margin or gross margin, but the EPS growth is quite high. And this is its performance during last 1 year, 119% up. Last 1 month, 12.64, last 5 days, 4.5%. And this is its revenue growth and earning growth. So that's how we pick leading stocks in a leading group. So going back to the same screen again, this is the same screen again, industry group. This is a list of leading stocks, leading groups, sorry. And within those groups, the system has come up with 18 of stocks in these top groups. And how does it do it? Relatively strong stocks inside relatively strong industry groups. Top 20. So it takes top 20 groups and the best 6 month return. Members in should be in a bullish TR stage, beating their group's 20-day return. Is WR rating in, I mean, the weighted rank rating should be greater than 65, earning rating should be greater than 50, conviction score should be greater than 30. It should have a high accumulation distribution, and maximum three of them from per group. And that's how we come up with this list, leading stocks in leading groups. Okay. Now, so this gives you another idea and another list. And this is always available as part of this investment ideas. So going back to this, we'll also analyze its chart action on TradingView. That's the methodology and a system behind leaders list or leading stocks in leading groups list. So we have a few more questions. One second, let me go over to. So one question by Castle, where does cloud computing stand in this list? Also AI tech manufacturers. It's not necessarily that by definition AI tech manufacturer should be there and the cloud computing should be there. AMAT is a semiconductor, so it's I believe it's also a supplier to the AI companies as well, data centers as well. But if you go to the main investment ideas, you will find a separate list, which is this one, stock list here. Growth, quantum, AI, and semiconductor. This particular list is specifically focused on quantum, AI, and semiconductor stocks. And this is also updated once in a month. So, for example, if you update its and see the performance view and update it for last one and see its performance of this list. Let it update from the database. Here it is. Price performance over the last 1 month. And this group, Apple is here, for example. Yeah, and we want to sort it based on these things. Okay. So we have MX, SanDisk is there in this group, 37%, 1 month. AMAT is 30%. There are some other, Micron is also there. ANET is there. WDC is there. So this particular, the question was about a particular AI tech manufacturer. Those lie in this group. And see, this is kind of a more riskier list of assets. So for example, even Amazon is down by 12%, across 11.7% in 1 month. Nvidia is down by 9.1%, is there. Okay. Other question, maybe question is that out of 13 AI stocks and 23 weekly, is there any metric showing which one stock have high probability of going upon based on technicals? I'm not sure about that question again, Majid. What does that mean? Out of 13 AI stocks, which 13 AI stocks? Uh, and your 33, is there any metric showing which one is stock? No, I don't have a separate metric. AI weekly picks keeps on changing every weeks. I don't have a separate metrics for that. Are these stock picks are for daily or monthly trading or can leave investment there for a year given? These are not for long-term trading. Now, among my weekly picks here, this and this list, which is the weekly picks, this one, we have a separate section for the long-term stocks, which has a separate section of the long-term stocks. Money depends upon question out of your list how to prioritize top ones. Different lists cater to different type of people. Some are AI, some want investment like there is question on the AI only. They want best in AI. Some want overall best. Some want just the long-term stock. Some want value stock. So you have to make up your mind what kind of investor or trader you are. So there cannot be one list or one size for everyone. So you have to so this particular, for example, weekly picks list, we have a list of long-term stocks here. We have a medium to short-term stocks here. And we already have many in our portfolio. So people who are with us, like they know that we pick Sterling and DRAM 2 months ago approximately, not even 2 months, and they have given us excellent returns. Some are did not perform well, like Microsoft. We closed that position, Microsoft. Some perform very well, like Marvel is there, SanDisk is there. So you have to be for your own. Everyone is different. So you're maybe selection criteria could be different from a person who is very risk taker, who just want to invest in like SNDK. And some have their retirement money, they don't want to take that risk. So those should only stay with the medium term or the long term only, based on the from the weekly commentary, weekly picks. Okay, so going back to the our presentation, that's how this industry group, the leading stocks and the leading group concept works. And I'm continuously going to monitor it and try to improve these parameters so that we can continue to live with the best of the best. So how do we use the leaders list? First, step one, as I explained, find it on the investment ideas list. It's published weekly. You can act on buy. Do not act on extended. You can put those in your watch list. And those buy the actionable names near their buy point. And the patience pace. Some weeks the list is short or all extended, and honest, nothing to chase beats forcing a trade. So we always say that do not chase stocks when, especially when they are extended. That's a recipe for disaster. So this was the new items for this week. But last week I want to emphasize on the trading view version of that. That for those of you who were here last week, we analyze and introduce that how we do use the TR indicator along with the Heiken Ashi to charts, Heiken Ashi indicator to find good stock at good points. So let's talk about, we were talking about PLXs, correct? So this is PLXs. And this is a so this is a new TR indicator signal right here. And it has just started it. Those are both are 1 week. Now I want that I would like to monitor my index as well, that what index is doing, not just my stock. Is index also supporting it or not? So it changed actually this is both are non-index chart. This one is Heiken Ashi and this one is regular chart. So index is also came down to its 50-day moving average, found support there, and then last 2 days were very good. It's above this 20 days moving average. This is exactly where we want the index to be. Going back to PLXS, PXLS, that was PLXS, not in fund, it was in stocks. Here we are. So where are the best point to enter here? If you remember last week I explained the best points are not extended close to when the stock is coming out of a base. This was just making a base, and then on the Heigen Ashi chart, if the PPO crosses zero or the PPO line crosses the average line and it starts a green point here, that this point was the best point. Right now, it is stage number one, stage number two maybe, and this is going to be stage number three. So we should be ready that after a long run, now stock may be pulling back. So we should be ready. So we should work with a kind of a smaller stop loss level here compared to this point. So if we, for example, there were other, go back to our weekly commentary. And the latest weekly commentary, we have other stock as well. PLS is one, we have AMD and we have Coco. So let's analyze this Coco on this TR indicator, or the same concept which we discussed last week. The Vita Coco Company is basically a staple sector. So what was the best point to enter in here? Now this is the first, this indicator, this is the first stage. And now it is coming here, it's trying to break out. And this is 1 day. The best will be when it turns green and comes in this kind of situation, coming out of a base and this. And especially when the PPO has just crossed the zero lines. That was the best move here. Now, Coco is slightly late, I would say, at this point of time. Again, the second stage, but it still has a long way to go. And we think that the Coco will continue its amazing run. That's why we had, and it was not just this thing. We used, let's analyze cocoa on our main stock analysis software page. Press update. Now this is non-compliant. Make a point, although it's a water company. I don't know why it's non-compliant. Maybe the debt level is quite high. So this is what the cocoa is doing, and this is actually triggering a power zone. And the power zone trigger means is right here. PPO crossover has also occurred and on 8th of May. So that's why we chose this because of the power zone trigger, because of a high conviction score 5.3, and a new is still a neutral signal, but it's trying to, I think, in 1 or 2 days it will become a buy signal on TR indicator. So this is what the cocoa was. So I explained the hike and Aishi. If you have any questions, I can open it up and so that you can unmute yourself. And if you have any question, please go ahead and we can discuss those questions. So I hope you like this idea. Is there a way to screen the stock that have just crossed zero PPO crossover? Yes, there is a way. Definitely there is a way. So if you go here to our main stock analysis, okay, you see there is a backtest strategy PPO crossover here. So it is also the strategy is also already there for on the daily time frame. So if you go to the stock screener and this power zone breakout is here, sorry, go to alerts and you are targeting something. So here you can add an alert here, TR plus PPO crossover. For example, you're targeting maybe MXL on daily time frame. And setup A is only PPO zero crossover. You want this setup and you create an alert here. It will create an alert on the MXL. MXL is already there. Setup, I have to delete this thing. Setup A daily. TR plus PPO setup A daily. So that alert has been created. That's probably how you were looking for. How these topics of decrease get impacted by current uncertainty, high interest rate, gas prices, and geopolitics. Do we need to keep the news and these picks up daily? Ah, good question. Listen, the uncertainties will always be there. Today is one concern about, for example, inflation. Tomorrow is going to be another concern. The next day it will going to be another concern. So these things are part of the game. Don't buy too much into these news. The high interest rate. Watch for your general long-term trend. Let's say what your indexes are doing. Let's say we are going to have S&P 500, only S&P 500. Go to the monthly or weekly charts and take a look here. What this chart is telling you. Except for a period of brief market correction, like early in year 2022, early year last year, you will always see it's going up. So are you in this kind of, this is 2009, 8 and 9. Are you in this kind of trend or in this kind of trend? If you are in this kind of trend, for a shorter period of time, temporarily, you can run into this kind of correction, even bear market. But unless you are not in this kind of trend, which is maybe more like a great recession or depression, you are all okay. So you need not to worry a lot about what is going on in the world, uncertainty, gas prices, this and geopolitics. Those have been there. You take a look from 2008 from now, how many years? 18 years. And those will always be there. So do not put too much of emphasis over there. Okay? Can you possibly look at the TSM going forward? TSM is part of our weekly commentary chart. I think it's there, and TSM is one of our picks. So let's say first what our commentary says about TSM. Is there or not? Should be there, but actually right here. TSM gained this much last week. We think it is offering another entry at current level with a stop loss below 400, which could be a high reward risk entry going forward. Demand for the company's advanced AI chips has soared, boosting the stocks to new highs. I don't see anything wrong with the TSM for that matter. You want to take a look at the TSM? Take a look at our, again, where is that? This chart. This is TSM. Now, I do not want to see on the month. This is monthly chart, by the way. And I want not monthly, I want daily chart. This is TSM. So what is happening with TSM? Why we are saying it's at a good entry point? Because TSM is in a strong uptrend, number one. It's not in this kind of downward trend. We just form a kind of a little base. And this is an entry here around with the stop loss at below this level, which is 400. I don't see any issue with the TSM, except that the entire market and entire semiconductor stocks goes down. That's number one. Ideal buy point should have been like this thing, at this point, or this point, or this point. Right now we are somewhere at kind of this stage at this. So we are still good as long as TSM is concerned, and I don't see any issue with that. Now we just cannot just form our opinion on the basis of chart only. We have to go back on our system and take a look at its fundamentals as well. Is TSM being supported by market? Is TSM being accumulated by market? Is TSM growing its gross profit, revenue, and earning? What are its fundamentals? And then we can have a decision on our entry on TSM. So if I create this entry there, this is what this comparison charts is doing. TSM. It came down, but recently is within the semiconductor. It's not a leading stock, by the way. But against S&P 500 is doing well, and the group itself doing is well. What is its conviction score? 3.7, not very bad. Power zone is being formed. There's a mild accumulation, not at the highest level. And it has a 91% WRPCT rating. Earning is slightly weak. That's a negative point. Take a look at its fundamentals. That why its earning growth is not at just at 17% of the entire universe. This is because of this. Compared to the last 1 year, its earning has come down. But even then, it has increased. So it came down compared to last year. This is its earning. It came down, but it's growing its revenue. So the market is optimistic that its revenue is growing. Its chips are in demand. So hopefully it will turn around. So that's why we have a kind of mixed picture when it comes to the overall earning picture, fundamentals. But it has enjoyed a very good profit margin and gross margin and products. 59.61 is a very good margin. Okay. So that's why we just do not take a look at chart only when we evaluate and handpick those, include those in the. We also take a deep look at their fundamentals as well, and only decide. You have to have market on your side. Market should be in this trend. If the market is showing this kind of trend, possibly all these big stocks they will suffer. They will not going to be they perform. They're not going to perform like this. All right. So at this point of time, I would like to open up. You can unmute yourself if you want and have any question. You can please go ahead and ask.
Yeah, brother Sabri, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Who is this?
Shakil.
Shakil Mohammed?
No, Shakil Kazmi.
Shakil Kazmi. Yeah, Shakil. Brother.
Okay, so one quick question. I know you are not a big fan of like the IPOs. So the SpaceX, can we take a small risk in it? Just buy 1 or 2 units and see where it goes.
I'm sorry. What do you mean by when you say small? Small is a relative term.
Okay, so small means like 1 or 2 unit of SpaceX.
1 or 2 what?
Unit, like 1 or 2 stocks only. for the
There's
S.
nothing wrong in trying the
Okay,
1 or 2 unit. It depends upon how much of the percentage of portfolio it is. If you have
correct.
$100,000, the 1 or 2 stock unit is nothing, correct?
Yes.
But
Okay.
if
So
you have
yeah.
only $1,000, then 2 units means 320, 32% of your. So that's a relative term.
Oh, okay, so like for me, like a small thing is like 1 or 2%. That's it, for my total portfolio. That's what I usually do
There's
on the
nothing bad in it.
on it.
There's a
Okay.
lot of hype behind this, and there's a kind of I don't want to use that word cult around Elon Musk things like Tesla and others. So the only issue is that generally every IPO, regardless, every IPO has a history of coming down hard, going up initially and then come down. So and you do not have let's see, you do not have any history of the IPO to evaluate on the chart. So for example, the IPO is SPCX. Okay. Now what you can say about this thing? Everything is just more like a gamble here. Okay. In one day it started from 135, it opened at something around here, 156, went all the way up to 177, and then closed at one. So there's hardly anything that we can, the pattern, the trend, nothing. So 1 or 2 is fine as far as it's small for your overall portfolio. But beyond that, I would say do not take extra chances here because the chances are there that it will come down. But once it comes down, then IPO has its own system of forming base. Like in case of maybe Google, not one day. This is Google. Okay. So eventually the stock will form a base, something like this thing. This is a base, and then it will come out. Now you need quite a bit of time to pass through that stage. I would wait again, let it come down, form a base, then we'll wait for this first state TR signal and this green thing to appear, and that will be the entry point, especially when the PPO crosses zero, something like that. And I'm willing to wait for that because I, because listen, I have customers of all types. Some are retired, some are household ladies, and I do not want them to blow up their accounts. So I would give only advise them to wait for this kind of entry, even on IPOs. But it will take a while to develop those. With one day or few days, I don't think that is going to happen. Number one, number two is going to fall again. Every IPO, you see its history, they normally within 1 year fall to 50% plus, and then they go on.
Okay, brother Sabri, thank you. And one more quick question. So, how long we have to wait? Like a month or 2 months to show the base? Just give us a like a ballpark area.
Five to
It
six
means
months.
5 to 6 months. So it
Five
means
to
like for any new stock, we have to wait for the
Correct,
six
correct.
months.
It's too risky. No, it
Mhm.
depends. Personally, I'm not that riskier kind of person. I'm kind of conservative investor. I know you have a risk appetite. Okay, so you have a different. For you, may if you lose $10,000, it's okay with you, but you can afford it. Well, not everyone can afford it. And similarly, I have to be very careful because I mean, hundreds of people are taking this thing. If I say no, okay, go ahead and take risk, that's probably good for me or good for you, but not for others. Now, IPO are always very risky, very, very risky. There's hardly any IPO which does not move 15-20% in a day. That SpaceX moved 20%. So that's quite, and we work on only 8 to 10% of stop losses. Remember? That's my methodology. So in other words, IPO does not fit into my methodology. It can fit into your methodology if you are a risk taker. Simple as that.
Okay,
All right.
brother Sabri, it makes sense. So it means it's better to stay away from the IPOs. Let it be like 6 months, and then
Unless
try to
you are
make.
in that game, unless you are a big guy and working on those companies like Citibank and Goldman Sachs and those, and you understand their game, how they are moving markets, then you probably can. But for a retail individual investor, stay away from IPO.
Sure, got it, sir. Got it. No
Okay,
problem. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
There
Thanks
is
for the advice.
sure, no problem on Netflix and HP. Now HPE, I gave a swing trade on HP just maybe yesterday or day before yesterday. So I'll come to the HPE and why it was a swing trade. And this is Netflix. Now, as a general principle, I want this is Netflix. Okay. and this is its Heiken Aishi chart. I want to be on this kind of with this kind of trend rather than this kind of trend. Simple as that. Now, Netflix, apart from that, it is fails to comply with our halal standard. It's not going anywhere. It's in this kind of trend. Now, if we are thinking that we'll find support here, it might find support here, it might find support at this point. That's one possibility. At this point of time, no. In general, avoid stocks which are below their 200-day lines because not good things happen below 200-day line, as this saying goes. Okay, this was Netflix. Now, other question was HPE. Now, the other day, maybe 2 days ago or maybe Friday, we gave a swing trade on HPE. Now, this is HPE. Now, why did we give swing trade on HPE? This is a daily time frame. Take a look at maybe an hourly time frame or maybe 15 minutes time frame. Here we go. Here we Okay. So on Friday, when HPE was at this point of time, this is Friday, 8:45 in the morning, Central Time. This was the first triggers, and then the green zone came. We gave an entry here around 47 something. And it went all the way up to the 49, this thing. It came back here, but we were thinking of, still think that it's going to turn the table. It's a strong stock. It's not a bad stock. But recently, this is only, mind it, is a 15-minute chart only. Now, you want to take a look at the longer term chart? This is its longer term chart. So it was enjoying a very good ride. I think a few days ago, we gave an entry at this point of time as well. Now, being a conservative person again, I would like to wait for my TR signal to give this first stage signal and this green zone to appear. And that will be a better entry for the longer term on HPE. Okay? Why? Again, because I want to be on this side of trend rather than something like on this side of trend. Now, if you believe in taking extra risk and you think that it will come back, fine, that's you. But my analysis normally tells me that you should always be above than 200-day line and should always look for this kind of trend. And this is where you can get the best deal. So the leading stocks and the leading group normally will always give you this kind of trend. For example, go back to our list here. Go to this leading stocks in the leading industry groups list, and you pick any of them. Which are those? AMAT, PLX, SS, we have just seen it, or maybe AIR, AAR Corporation. Let's see AMAT. You will find the same kind of trend in AMAT. You see? Do you see any orange zone, red zone in the AMAT? No. AMAT might be a bit extended. I would like to buy it at around 9, this yellow line, 9 period EMA. Okay, for low to medium risk and low medium term approach, which stock and chart to look for, those you will find in my weekly commentary. Generally, in the weekly commentary, those are not high risk. The 23 stocks in the weekly picks, they are all low to medium risk kind of stocks. You will not find high beta stocks in this list here on the weekly picks. Only the long term, medium term, gold, and good stocks, which have a history of no new IPOs. Stocks like LLY, Eli Lilly, we gave this LLI by entry not long time ago, around 1,000. Right now is I think 1130 or something like that. So for those, you will have to stick to the weekly commentary. In general, weekly commentary It is 1133. And look at it's 1 month return 11.5. Now this is a big stock, big pharma stock, slow moving. Sterling, take a look. This is a kind of a high beta stock. But DRAM is a new ETF on memory storage, and it gives very good return in last two months. Okay. Any further questions, sir?
Just one question, Brother Sabri. So when, let's say, if I want to go for low to medium risk, right, like conservative way, right, not too high risk and so forth. So you're saying just look at the weekly pick, like on a weekly basis or monthly basis, or like how often I should be looking at these things?
That's a good question. Now you're talking about low to medium risk. The weekly picks? The weekly picks, I would say you spend 30 minutes every week on this because this is a combination of mix of item. It has both long term. Long terms are the people who do not have time, and normally there are only three, four, or five stocks in long term. And it has medium and short terms. These are people who can spend 30 minutes every week to go through it. And here you look for this language in the bold that this PVW, this is offering an entry at current price. LLY, the pharma giant is still actionable at this. TSM is another entry at current level. These, in other words, I'm saying that you can add on your current position, and these are your offering entry. Now, these are all low to medium term stocks. You will not find high AI kind of stocks which are very volatile in nature. Some are very fast moving, like SanDisk. Some we have closed. Okay, so you will find good stocks over there in this 23, and this keeps on changing every week.
So,
Okay, thank
Sabir
you.
Bhai, Assalamualaikum. Quick question. In your long-term leaders list, like a couple of weeks back, you had AVGO, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah. But quickly you removed that. I know because it breached your 200 EMA line and all that stuff. But recently, since I've been reading your commentary, for long-term leaders, you don't take it out easily. Like
I
you don't.
don't. You're fine.
So,
Fine.
what's your criteria now that you have taken out? Because
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
hold.
That's a very good question. I personally, still have a position in ABGO. Let me tell you
Okay,
this.
okay, Sabir.
That's one thing. So it means that it is still a long term for me. But this audience, my customers audience, when they have this AVGO, I would say I can sense it that it looks its PPO is coming down. It will definitely go to test this 200-day line moving average. Now, I do not want my customers or the people like you to continuously start bleeding. Maybe they have large positions. Our general guidance is that close the position around 8 to 10%. In terms of long term, we sometimes go even to 15%, 20%. Already we have gone to 20% here. This 496, 381 is more than 20%. So that's why when I saw that and I realized that, look at this sell signal. This is especially when this is a sell signal. Immediately we closed that position because we knew at this point of time, 3rd of June, 13 days ago, we knew that it's not going to stop here. It's just a start of a longer move. Now, what's the point in, and where is going to stop? Around 350 or 340, or maybe 360. So I'm at 424, although it's a long-term stock, and I still have it in my personal portfolio. Fine, because I don't have a very big position. I took profit somewhere here. Okay. So I still have it fine. I don't care because my average price was still around something this position 340, and I made some profits here. It's not true for everyone's situation.
Okay,
At this point of time, when it broke down, triggered a sell signal, even though it's a long term, and I am 100% confident, inshallah, it will come back here.
sure. Okay,
I,
okay,
I don't see in a long term any issue. But I know that it is going to from 424 to 350. That is another $75 move, and it is going to happen. It's already come down to around 370. 340 is not very far away.
okay.
And what's the point of keeping this stock? I'm not married to this stock, right?
J, J. Okay,
Yeah.
Sabir. Thank you so much.
What I'm saying is, temporarily we sold out all, we get out
J,
of this position, and again it's in our watch list, and we'll again see this kind of signal, we'll again jump on the boat. Now, the
uh,
long term, I mean that it's Long term, I don't see any issue in this particular stock. It will find a support here, maybe here, and it'll come back.
Okay, Sabri.
But for the
Sabri,
time being, I want to protect the capital. Okay?
yeah, I got your point. Sabri, one more question. How often do you recommend the customers to go back to your weekly commentaries a couple of weeks back? So because some of the stocks that you have written in bold that you were mentioning previously sometimes refer to bound back a couple of weeks back. Like let's say you have written a commentary 2, 3 weeks back and the stock now picks up. So do you want us to read your weekly commentary and also keep tracking couple of weeks, go back and look at those indicators as well?
No, going back will be too much of work.
Okay,
Normally
okay,
not. What
okay.
happens is that if something related to a stock happens during the week, then we put that thing in our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I know from time to time things are very fast pacing and fast
Yeah,
moving. So
yeah.
that's why we have dedicated customers group. So we put
Okay.
that material that okay, we are closing this, we are going back into
Yeah,
this position during the week.
yeah. Yeah, I'm part of it. Yeah, so I understand. Okay, cool.
All right.
Jazakallah khair.
Thank
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
So if not many questions, then we will go back towards the end. I will not go through I explained this Heiken-Ashi in the charts in detail. This is the Heiken-Ashi entry strategy, which is just explained last week as well. For those of you who are not our customer yet, I want to consider it. I just want to go through this before ending. We have a basic weekly commentary stock picks, which starts at $9.99 per month and gives you an entry to our customer group as well. It's $110 per year. In other words, it gives you 1 month free. If you want a full-fledged, full stock analysis software, it's $25 per month or $275 per year, 1 month free. But it does not give you access to the TradingView version, which I was showing to you. That was built for the day trader as well as for the long-term traders now as well. If you want to combine everything, then there is an elite annual combo package with the software and the TradingView, which is $395. But for the existing customer and the new customer as well, will get a $60 discount. It will be $335 only. If you do not want to have this thing, I strongly suggest that you should have access to this TradingView version, each one of the customers, this version. Because almost all of my charts, I plotted this. It gives a very quick signals. It gives very high visualization of what is happening, and it accompanies our weekly commentary and stock analysis software as well, very well. So if you go back here and you want to have an annual this and the weekly this is $229.99. Weekly is a TR indicator and plus this. Uh, uh, a weekly commentary for the annual subscription and plus the TR indicator. And to do this is the last line. We have a QR code here as well. If you want to just straight go there for the annual combo, just use the discount code of TV special. That will give you a discount of $60. And on some recommendations, on some requests by customer, I have extended this till the 4th of July, Independence Day. So the $395 will the entire package minus this $65, that will be only $335 and will give you everything. TR indicator, TradingView, weekly commentary, as well as this complete software for 1 year. All right, if that's enough, you can take a picture here of this slide, or if you like, I can share this PowerPoint slide in my groups as well, and all the WhatsApp group, if that's okay with you. And I'll also upload a recording of today's session. I hope this was beneficial for you, and I hope that you like this industry leading stock and the leading group idea, especially this and our AI assistants SAB as well. And I would like to have some kind of feedbacks on this industry group strength concept and the leading stock and leading group concept as well. If no more questions, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend and hope to see you again. Any further questions? I have one more query. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Goodbye.